Welcome back to Radically Rational Radio. In this episode, we are going to talk about everything that is affecting the US dollar. The short version is, a lot of things are hurting it, and we don't seem to be doing anything to make it better. Let's jump into it. Another shout out to the Kobayashi letter. Iran says they are reducing their dependence on the US dollar for foreign, regional, and international trade. This morning, France said Europe should reduce dependency on the US. Meanwhile, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and China are now trading with the Chinese yuan. This is the biggest move against the US dollar in recent history. It's probably obvious that the strength of the US dollar is built on three legs. The first is all banks in the NATO nations use the US dollar as their reserve currency, meaning if you want to bank, you will hold USD. Two, all forms of petro are also traded in US dollars. If you want to buy oil to run a first world country, you are trading to USD to purchase that oil. Those two factors has allowed America extreme power in its ability to sanction. Since everything's done in US dollars, all we have to say is you can no longer do that with them, and we've effectively just cut them off completely without actually having to do anything. When you see EU countries, NATO countries actively trying to reduce their dependence on the US dollar, that is not dangerous for us geopolitically. It is dangerous for us for inflationary reasons. The US dollar has been artificially prompted up because countries need to hold a large amount of it to function as a first world country. As countries start actively trading in non-US dollars, they are going to start selling their dollars back. They are going to start selling their bonds back. And then we are going to see hyperinflation, much like Germany saw in post-World War II. Our money may become completely valueless. This is probably where you're going to think I've got a closet full of tinfoil hats. If the World Economic Forum and the central bank wanted to make a digital currency, the best way to get a bunch of countries on board is to sell them on abandoning the US dollar for a central bank digital currency. If the pandemic has not taught us anything, America has become so weak that all we have to do is scare us a little, and we will sacrifice almost any freedom for the illusion of safety. This is why the Bill of Rights and individual freedoms is so important. We have to have the right to live an unsafe life, to live in a system without tyranny. What's most important about this is that same tyranny is literally the thing that's destroying our country. A lot of channels like this talk about a peaceful separation or a civil war. It seems like what's going to happen in the next 5 to 7 years is going to open up what's actually possible to happen in America. United we're strong. However, once we become weak, we'll fracture. America could easily become 3 to 4 micro countries, and they could all still have a part on the political stage. I hope you learned something. I'm Tristan with Radically Rational Radio. Like, subscribe, comment if you disagree with my opinions or how I see the future unfolding. And remember, stay resilient.